Did Jungkook of BTS just protect someone mysterious at the airport? And could this moment change everything fans thought they knew about his private life? Cameras caught every second, armies are in total shock, and theories are exploding online. Watch closely, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe before this story unfolds even further. Did Jungkook of BTS just protect someone at the airport in a way that no one could have expected? The moment happened so fast, yet the impact has left armies across the world completely speechless. Within minutes, social media turned into a storm of questions, theories, and wild guesses. Who was that figure beside him? Why did Jungkook act so protectively, almost instinctively, as if shielding her from the flashing lights and chaos surrounding him? Was it a friend, a staff member, or someone much closer than anyone ever imagined? The footage shows Jungkook stepping out of the airport terminal, dressed in his usual low-key style. A black hoodie, cap, and mask, his signature look whenever he wants to move quietly through public spaces. But this time something was different. As the crowd erupted in screams and cameras began flashing, Jungkook's hand moved subtly but decisively, forming a protective barrier between the person beside him and the wall of reporters rushing forward. His body shifted slightly, keeping her hidden, his gaze sharp and alert. It was a small movement, barely a few seconds, but it spoke volumes. Fans immediately began replaying the videos, analyzing every frame, every angle, every breath he took in that moment. Who was that person walking just a few steps behind him? Her face was partially obscured by a mask and hat, but her presence was undeniable. The way Jungkook adjusted his pace to match hers, the brief glance he gave to check if she was okay, and the protective stance he took when the crowd pushed closer. All of it felt deeply personal, intimate even. Was this just the gentlemanly Jungkook fans have always admired, or did this gesture reveal something far more personal? Online communities exploded with speculation. Some fans insisted it was a staff member, a manager, or maybe even a family member. Others weren't so sure. There's something different about the way he looked at her. One army tweeted, "It wasn't just protection, it felt like care." Another fan wrote, "He's always polite, but this time it looked emotional, almost instinctive, like he needed to protect her." And that's when the questions started pouring in. Why did Jungkook seem tense that day? Was he aware that cameras were rolling? Did he know this moment would ignite a firestorm online? Or was this a rare glimpse of the man behind the superstar? A side that fans rarely get to see. Even more intriguing was the timing. Jungkook had just returned from a private trip, one that HYB had kept tightly under wraps. No official schedules, no media alerts, nothing. The mystery deepened when fans realized that not even Korean news outlets had reported his departure. So, who was he traveling with? And why was there so much secrecy surrounding his arrival? The atmosphere at the airport was pure chaos. Armies screamed his name, flashes burst from every direction, and yet amid the madness, Jungkook's focus never wavered. His body language said everything, a quiet tension, a subtle readiness to step in if anything went wrong. The person beside him seemed startled by the overwhelming attention, clutching her bag tightly as Jungkook guided her forward, his arms slightly outstretched, a silent reassurance in the storm of noise and light. For a moment, it felt like a movie scene, one where the hero steps forward to shield someone from the world, not with grand gestures, but with small, instinctive movements that speak louder than words. And maybe that's why this moment hit armies so deeply. Jungkook wasn't just an idol walking through an airport. He was a man protecting someone he clearly cared about. But who is she? That's the question haunting every fan right now. Some believe it's a stylist who has worked closely with BTS for years. Others whisper it might be a close friend from Busan. A few even dare to wonder if it's someone special. A person Jungkook has quietly kept out of the public eye. The truth is, no one knows for sure. And maybe that's what makes this story so electrifying. The more fans rewatch the clip, the more layers they uncover. The way Jungkook subtly slowed his pace so she wouldn't fall behind. The way he angled his body just enough to block the crowd's view. The slight turn of his head, protective, watchful. Every frame feels intentional, deliberate, almost cinematic. And then came the silence. Neither HYB nor Jungkook's team made any official statement. No denial, no clarification, no explanation. That silence only fueled more curiosity. What are they hiding? Was this an unplanned moment of vulnerability that slipped past the cameras? Or a quiet truth that Jungkook has been guarding for years? Fans can't stop discussing it. TikTok clips of the airport scene have gone viral, each with millions of views and countless comments dissecting every detail. Some fans joke that Jungkook should win an award for being the most protective man alive, while others admit they felt emotional seeing how gentle and genuine his actions were. One comment read, "It's not about romance, it's about how human he is. You can feel his heart in that moment." As theories spread, one thing becomes clear. Jungkook's humanity is what draws people in. Beneath the fame, the stage lights, and the perfection of being a BTS member, there's a man who reacts with instinct, emotion, and care. That small, protective gesture wasn't part of a performance. It was real, raw, and deeply moving. But still, who was she? The question refuses to fade. Some fans are convinced she's part of the crew, while others believe the truth might be more personal. A few eagle-eyed fans pointed out how Jungkook seemed unusually quiet at the airport, avoiding eye contact with the press, keeping his answers short. Was he nervous about the attention on her? Even as hours turned into days, the debate didn't stop. New theories appeared every hour, some believable, others wild. But at the core of it all is a single universal feeling: awe. Jungkook's simple act of protection has reminded fans why they fell in love with him in the first place. Not just because he's talented or famous, but because he's real. Because behind the star, there's a man who feels, who protects, who cares. Maybe that's the message hidden in this mysterious airport moment. Maybe the identity of the woman doesn't matter as much as what the gesture revealed. Jungkook's quiet strength, his empathy, his ability to stay grounded even as the world watches his every move. It's a reminder that fame hasn't hardened him. If anything, it's made his humanity shine even brighter. And as fans continue to speculate, one thing is certain. This airport moment will be remembered as one of the most surprising, emotional, and mysterious appearances in BTS history. Because sometimes it's not the grand performances or interviews that reveal the truth. It's the quiet, unguarded moments when the camera catches a glimpse of something real. So, who is she? What is Jungkook hiding behind that calm expression? Could this be the start of a story fans will talk about for years? Watch the footage again, look closely, and decide for yourself. And before you scroll away, tell us what you think in the comments below. Was this just Jungkook being the caring person he's always been? Or did we just witness something far deeper than anyone expected? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because whatever comes next, this story is far from over. And as the sun began to set over Incheon Airport, the scene replayed in millions of minds across the globe. Fans from every corner of the world, from Seoul to Sao Paulo, from New York to Jakarta, couldn't stop rewatching the clip. Each frame, each tiny movement, was dissected as if it held the secret answer. Did you see the way he looked back? Some whispered online. He never does that unless he's worried about someone. The conversation spiraled into a frenzy of emotions, theories, and confessions of disbelief. People weren't just curious, they were emotionally invested. For years, armies had watched Jungkook grow from a shy teenager into a global superstar. They had seen him on stage, on camera, laughing with the members, performing flawlessly in front of thousands. But this moment, this quiet, unspoken act of protection, felt different. It wasn't part of a schedule. It wasn't staged for cameras. It was real, raw, human. And that's exactly why it sent such a ripple through the fandom. What made it even more haunting was the mystery surrounding the woman. Some claimed they recognized her from behind. A stylist, perhaps, who had been part of BTS's team for years. Others believe she was a